Yeah, hello, good afternoon, guys. My name is Mr. Walls, and I welcome you back to Software FX Academy. And today I'll be talking about types of entries in your trading. Okay, like I always tell you guys, I'm a price action trader with the smart money blend. You know, some people out there, they actually despise price action outrightly just because they trade smart money, but I use it as a confluence to actually get my entries. And I've actually used it over the time, and I see that this thing actually works. And that's why I'm not a fan of, disputing your previous knowledge before you get into the smart money concept in Forex. I don't dispute the previous knowledge because you can also use it as a confirmation for your entries and confirmation for whatever you are doing. That's if you are good at what you do, there's a way you can combine it. So this afternoon, like I told you, I'll be talking about entries because a lot of people have been asking me, okay, they have issues with entries when it comes to, okay, they don't know how to actually time their entries. They don't know how to go about their entries, yet they've identified their POI, but how do they come into the market? And that's what I'll be talking about this afternoon. And for those that are new on this channel, please kindly click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, because this week I'm going to be dropping a whole lot of content on this YouTube channel. So I believe you don't want to miss out. You don't want to miss out of great content like this. So just turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to, see our content whenever we drop it. So like I told you, I'm going to be talking about entries. And now I have two kinds of entries before me. Like you are seeing right here, I have a risk entry. I have a confirmation entry. We have a risk entry, we have a confirmation entry. So what's the difference between these two? Now, let me start with risk entry. For instance, you've already identified your POI. You've already identified your POI. If you are new to the smart money concept, if this is the first time you're coming across the smart money concept, understanding POI might be a little bit difficult, but you have to go back and check our previous videos and actually understand what the POI is. But for those that are conversant with the smart money concept, you know what the POI is. You know, a POI simply means a point of interest in the market, where the big guys in the market are looking to, to come back and mitigate. And you know what the mitigation point is? That's where you close some orders and come up with new orders. You load in new orders. So it's actually a point where you are looking to execute your trading in the market. So for instance, you have an uptrend moving towards your POI. You have your higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. A risk entry is when you approach your trade from a POI without waiting for a confirmation. For instance, you set your sell limit. For instance, you set your sell limit right in this place because you already identified this area as your POI, this yellow rectangle as your POI. You set your sell limit and immediately price comes into it. It ignited and the sell started. That's a risk entry because, lo and behold, price can actually shoot up or spike up before coming down. For instance, if price happens to spike up from here, probably your stop loss is going to be right above the POI. That means price is going to kick you out. It's going to kick you out before coming to your direction. So that's a risk entry when you actually set your sell limit or your buy limit order in your POI without waiting for further confirmation, and you wait for it to ignite and you take your trade right from it. You take your trade right from it. That's actually a risk entry. That's a risk entry. For instance, like I told you, so I'm not going to tell you which one is actually good. It depends on your own personal study, what the personal research you have done on your own, and what you've come about with, and it's also dependent on the kind of pair you trade per time. There are pairs that, as a result of experience, that it responds to this kind of entry or to that kind of entry. So in those kind of pairs, you know what you are going for. There are some pairs that you know that, okay, it's a volatile pair. Like for me, I trade indices a lot. So when it comes to all those volatile pairs, in order not to jump into the market early, you just have to wait for proper confirmation before you come into the market. So in a situation like this is a risk entry, you just set it and price starts coming your way. But in the case of a confirmation entry, now the price is going on an uptrend, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You wait for price to come into the POI. Then after price has successfully come into the POI, you have price in your POI, then what next are you waiting for? Oh, sorry. After you have price in your POI, what else are you waiting for? You are waiting for a break of structure. When you have a break of structure, like we have here, we have BOS means a break of structure. When you have a break of structure to your bias direction, then you wait for price to return to form a lower high. When you have a lower high in a place where you are open to, to sell the market, then that's the confirmation that price is now ready to go. Because if price is still going on an uptrend, you expect it to be creating higher high, higher low. But in this case, it has created higher high, and now it's creating a lower low. A lower low. Then it came back to create another high that is lower to your previous high. Then price will come back to a kind of institutional candle or an imbalance area to create, and you have another break of structure. To even double confirm, you can still wait for another break of structure after this first one before you eventually take your trade. You wait for another break of structure before you eventually take your trade in the direction where you want to go. Okay, let me take my screen back. Oh, all right. So you wait for additional break of structure. Let me clean up this place. Okay. You wait for additional break of structure, for your confirmation entry. You wait for additional break of structure before you eventually take your trade. Like you're having higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Then price comes into your POI. Then you wait for a break of structure. Price creates a lower high. Then if you have another break of structure, you are very sure that price is now ready to go in that direction. So it's either you take your trade at the first instance of break of structure, or you wait for another confirmation. It's either you take your trade at the initial break of structure, assuming this is your imbalance area, price comes back to to mitigate your imbalance area, and you have another break of structure. Then you wait for price to come back, create another lower high. Then this is a confirmation entry. Now, if you are taking your trade from here, you can be sure that price is now ready to move in your direction. So it depends on your risk appetite and the understanding of the pair you are trading. It depends on the understanding of the pair which you are trading before you determine whether you take a risk entry or you take a confirmation entry. There are some pairs that you are actually conversant with and you know how they behave. That's where that's where the place of experience comes in. That's where the place of experience actually comes in. Now let me take you to a real chart and show you these stuff I just demonstrated to you in this drawing, because I like to, take people to the real chart so that you won't just think I'm just drawing and making drawings and making drawings. Now let me show you. Okay, this is a very good PO high. This is a very good point of interest here. That price has returned to mitigate. Okay, now I have my PO high here. Just follow me as I'm, as I'm doing my drawing. Just follow me. Just follow me. Have my PO high. Right. Okay. You see what happened? Price, came right into the POI. Price came right into the POI. Then what did you see? A drop. Price returned. Then you have a drop. Now that, whenever I have price coming into my POI like this, immediately price comes into my POI. What do? I go to a lower time frame. I go to a lower time frame. Okay, let's see what we have here. I go to a lower time frame whenever I have price coming into my POI. I go to a lower time frame. Okay, this 4 hours time frame. Look at what happened here. Now, assuming the first time price is approaching the POI is when you set your sell limit. And when you set your sell limit, you have your stop loss right above it. This is going to be a risk entry because you are not sure price can decide to spike up before coming down. But for you to have a confirmation entry, then you wait for your break of structures. See, your break of structure, you wait for your break of structure. Then when you have a break of structure like this is your BOS, price returned back into the last top candle before the sell. Price returned right into it, and this is where you are taking your confirmation entry, because for you to have a break of structure, just imagine price has been coming higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Then all of a sudden you have a break of structure to the other side, to your buy-house direction, after which you have done your proper analysis and you know that price is ready to go in the other direction. That's your POI. You've already identified it before price comes into it, and you'll have your break of structure to that direction. Then you wait for a BOS, price returns, mitigate the last up candle before the break of structure. Then what did you see? Price begins to go in that direction. Price begins to go in that direction. Everything is all about patience. When it comes to this game, a lot of patience is required. A lot of patience is required. When it comes to this game, a whole lot of patience is required. The money is actually for the patience. The ones that have patience in the market, the money is actually for you. You see, price actually dropped. Price actually dropped, returned back. You see, it actually spiked up, but you would have made your a whole lot of money from this move. You have made a whooping, you would have made a whooping sum of amount of money from this move alone. You would have made a whole lot of money from this move. When price came down, came back again, then you see what happened again, another break of structure here, another break of structure, another break of structure. Price also returned into the last up candle before the sell that broke structure, and this is actually my perfect, institutional candle that I want to see. When it comes to this game, we take our time to do a whole lot of research, a whole lot of study in this game. And one of my new discoveries is in the where you have your POI, where you are waiting for a price reversal. What I look forward to now is having an engulfing candle right from my POI. Engulfing candle doesn't just appear anywhere on the chart. Whenever you have an engulfing candle, it always appear at a pivotal point in the market, where the market is about to change change direction. That is where you have your engulfing candle. And this is my perfect setup. Look at it. Right inside the POI, this is a tweezer, this is a reversal pattern, but I like to look for engulfing candle. And what is an engulfing candle? A candle that swallows or completely devours the previous candle. And look at this bearish candle. This is an engulfing candle. This is an engulfing candle, bearish engulfing candle. And now when I have a bearish engulfing candle from my POI, I know that price, the momentum is there. The sellers has come into the market. I have a great supply from there. And look at it, a break of structure, price returns into it, tap it. And what did you see? A great fall to the downside, and it's still moving. So this is my perfect setup. This is my perfect setup. And that's how we roll, guys. That's how we roll. So if you are new to this channel and you're coming across this for the first time, just check the description box below for the link to our Telegram channel. Feel free to join us, take our daily free signals and daily chart analysis. Join us on our Telegram channel to actually enjoy that. And we'll be looking forward to seeing you there. And don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. This is the only way you can support us, and as you support us, we keep dishing out those free content as well. So thanks for coming once again, and thanks for believing in Soft Talk FX Academy. See you some other time, guys.